Welcome to Nintendo Ninja News. I'm your host, Chris Dysis, and we are here to talk about, which is basically my new favorite game. I think it's hit the #1 spot for the Wii U after 3 years, and that is Xenoblade Chronicles X. Now, I'm pretty surprised that this has sort of taken the top spot in just a week. There's been many other great games, such as Splatoon, Mario Maker, 3D World. Um, Stacks of different indie games, Shovel Knight, things like that. And I think what I look for in consoles is new experiences, new things to do, and that's why Splatoon is #2 for the Wii U. But the depth and the world of Xenoblade Chronicles X is just amazing, and I think that is something that I have been really surprised at. I think the surprising part for me was that I was not 100% a fan of the first Xenoblade Chronicles, and I liked the storyline in that, but I didn't like the combat and the gameplay. It felt a little bit slow when the worlds weren't too interesting. Where Chronicles X has more of a science fiction feel to it. And I think that was more right up my alley, the sort of the mix of fantasy and science fiction. And the world is far more in depth and looks glorious in HD. So I think that's part of the reason why I like it more than the original. Um, the the exploring of the game is just phenomenal, and the music is fantastic in it too, except for the new Los Angeles music. It does get quite repetitive in that, and there's some funny little things with the mixing of the music and the environment that doesn't seem to match very well at times. But the just the scope of exploring these different worlds and the details and that is just fantastic and a lot of fun. It sort of reminds me of Skyrim and other great open world games. And I guess this is a unique experience on the Wii U because we don't really get open world games. This is a game that came packed in at 20 gig, and I bought it digitally because I know that the loading would be a bit slower with the digital, with the physical pack, and I know that there's the download packs that you can do from the eShop, but I felt like putting the whole game on the hard drive, and it does do quite well. We do have a 2-hour video of Xenoblade Chronicles X, the introduction, the first couple hours, which is fantastic. Not too sure if I'll do another video because I've sort of jumped 30 levels since then. But the skills, the skills, the giant robots. That was a huge thing to have a lot of fun with. Getting that, you get that after Chapter 6, and then the flight mode you get after Chapter 9, and just exploring the world like that is just a lot of fun. Sort of a high-powered sort of robot suit, and I have named my skills after sort of Power Ranger Zords, which is quite funny, and that was pretty cool. The combat in the game feels a little quicker and feels a little more interesting than the original Xenoblade game, and I just think it's a really big improvement over the original. And I know that there will be some people that will say, "Oh no, the original is much better," but I just felt a lot more engaged with it. Where with the original game, I felt like I really had to push myself hard to enjoy it and try to get into it. It felt like a chore or job. Maybe it's the HD graphics, maybe the environment's a lot more detailed. Maybe I like the idea of joining the blades and or the divisions and all that sort of thing. It just feels a bit more fleshed out and more interesting at first. And I think the storyline has been fine for me. I have finished chapter 9 and taking a break from doing the chapters so I can level up. I'm currently level 35 at this point. Just upgraded a few ammo and arts at the moment. So I feel overall that this is my favorite game now, and I think the only game that I can see that could push it off the top spot is probably now The Legend of Zelda for the Wii U. and that's going to be another year. But it's just really interesting how much I've really enjoyed this game. Maybe I've missed seeing open world games on the console, and I think that's something really interesting too. So that's it from me, and I hope that you enjoyed this video about Xenoblade Chronicles X, and I shall see you later on.